All of our graduates are special, but each year we highlight the story of a former or current graduate who has a particularly inspiring story to end our graduation ceremony. This year's speaker is Christine Porter. I'll let her tell you her story herself. Christine?
Good evening, everyone. I think everybody's story was pretty inspiring. I feel small in comparison. But my name is Christine Porter. I was born in Syracuse, New York, and raised on a small dairy farm in a small town on the U.S.-Canadian border called Malone. I'm sure nobody's heard of it. But it is near Plattsburgh. Working on a farm was hard work, and I always had a dream of becoming something more. I left home when I was 16 years old and moved in with my high school boyfriend. I had my first child when I was 18 years old, and by the time I had my third child, my life was in turmoil, resulting in a terrible divorce that left me and my 3 children to seek refuge in a domestic violence shelter. I fled to save our lives and left everything behind. I can recall days when our food was reserved for the children, and my 1 meal a day was sufficient as long as I knew they were cared for and we were safe. To make living in a shelter as comfortable as possible for my children, I would always refer to our shelter as our hotel. While at the shelter, I coined a phrase, "Tomorrow always comes." To me, this simple expression is quite powerful and has become one that I turn to when faced with challenge and times of trouble. It was at the shelter that I made a promise to my children that one day I would strive for greater things in life, one of those being a better education. Not long after leaving the shelter, I moved my family to Queens, where I began working at Long Island Jewish Medical Center. At one point during this period of my life, I was working 3 jobs, 7 days a week to support my children. Though my husband, he helped out a little, my new husband. Anyway. After making the decision to return to school, I gradually reduced my jobs to my primary job at Long Island Jewish Medical Center. Shortly after that, I met the love of my life, my husband, David Porter. The policeman whom after 14 years still gives me butterflies. David was instrumental in introducing me to 1199. I knew that my return to school would be an arduous journey, one that required much organization and time management. I was right. I telephoned the Training and Upgrading Fund and received information about the programs offered. I met with and received assistance from Portia Johnson, who counseled me through the HC4 program. I tell my coworkers that the HC4 is wonderful and it caters to the adults returning to school. The HC4 program was most accommodating to my schedule. Upon completion of my courses, I transferred to the voucher program, which assisted financially with my tuition payments, and began nursing school at Queensborough Community College, part of the CUNY system. Throughout my entire educational experience of what is now known as my nursing school journey, I worked full-time and attended school part-time. This was demanding. It was a demanding journey, but one that humbled and strengthened me. It necessitated passion, dedication, and determination, all of which I had. It meant a lot of sleepless nights. Because of my determination, I maintained a 4.0 GPA for several semesters. While in school, I again had some personal family trauma, and at times I thought once again school might be disrupted. But instead, I forged on and graduated with several nursing awards, Dean's List honors, and I was a member of the Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society. I was also the president of our Student Nurses Association and continued to volunteer with various charitable organizations. I truly would not have been quite so motivated, nor would it have been possible to do so without the benevolence of 1199, the faculty, and the support of the staff at the Training and Upgrading Fund. My family. My family also played a very important role in my journey. I had a 2-year-old when I started college and graduated with a 6-year-old. My teenagers grew before my eyes. We all worked together to achieve my dream. My older children would babysit. My son Devin utilized his Eagle Scout skills on many occasions. My husband enjoyed many hours at Chuck E. Cheese with my little one while I studied for exams. I can recall studying for a particularly hard cardiac exam with my daughter Chloe, who was 5 at the time, and 5 of her Sesame Street character dolls. Chicken Elmo didn't make it. I would also study for my anatomy exams with my model of a brain with my little one, as we would make it fun. When I completed this class, I had to surrender physical property of that brain and all of its labeling to my daughter, as she thought it to be one of her favorite toys. And as she holds it up in the air, she still has it. These memories are laughable now, but truly, it was the strength, the love, and the dedication of my family that helped me through my journey. Thank you, guys. I have been an 1199 member for 13 years. I was also a union delegate for many of these years. I actively assisted my fellow 1199 members and have aided many through the Training and Upgrading Fund. As union delegate, I was aware of the resources available to our members of this fine union. It was my family and my union, my other family, that offered me the strength, courage, and determination to walk upon that stage at Queensborough and receive my nursing pin at my candlelighting ceremony. I would also like to acknowledge the wonderful support provided to me by my employer, Long Island Jewish Medical Center, and the trustees who've made this possible. I am proud because I began my journey through nursing school while being homeless and having a dream. I am now working for almost a year at Cohen's Children's Medical Center, an affiliate of Long Island Jewish Medical Center, as a neonatal intensive care registered nurse. My baccalaureate degree through SUNY Empire State, and will too be graduating in the spring of 2012. The advice I would like to give other graduates and members is simple. First and most importantly, develop a good relationship with your supervisor, your employer, and go beyond your written responsibilities. Be strong. Have passion. Strive for your greatest dream. Share your journey with your family. Utilize the Training and Upgrading Fund. Know that as an 1199 member, we are blessed to have the support and the resources to make what may seem like a fantasy a beautiful reality. Thank you.